Hi, my name is Dave Harrison. I'm the editor of Greenhouse Canada magazine, part of Annex Business Media, located here in Simcoe, Ontario. I've been in journalism for 35 years, but 17 years with Greenhouse Canada, beginning in 1996. So generally, my job entails looking after the magazine, feature writing, attracting researchers to contribute features for the magazine on latest research updates and what they're working on. A little bit of travel involved too to conferences across Canada. In Canada, there's a couple of major regions of greenhouse production. Ontario's a major player, of course, in both Niagara and in the Leamington area. But also we have large industries in British Columbia, Alberta, and Quebec as well. Definitely, I can see it. I can see a lot of growth still. And primarily, I think, though, on the internet side, because growers, well, it's like anybody, I think everybody's looking to the internet for buying new equipment or learning about new opportunities. So for me, I think the growth will be on the internet side of things. So young people with skills, web skills, will be definitely in demand, I think, in terms of web hosting. I know our company has a very dynamic web hosting team. So I can see the web as being one area of future growth, but I think there'll always be a place too for the print version of magazines, for printing, and people like this to hold something in their hands, and late at night after you've done all the chores, all the work on the farm, all the irrigation is being done, things are being put away. You can just sit at the table and just read about what the rest of the industry is doing, and kind of just know that you're part of this big overall picture of farming that's such a big part of Canada. Definitely the Englishes. I think the language skills there, the communication skills, and because of the technology, I definitely think that the science courses, of course, the biologies and maybe the chemistries would be a big asset too as well. So because it is becoming so high tech and so scientific that I think that background would be very good for them. But of course the English, the language skills, the ability to communicate ideas very effectively and concisely, I think that's a very major skill. At the post-secondary level, there's a couple of great schools that have journalism programs, but a lot of people in the industry come out of English programs or science programs, but are great writers too. So there's a lot of opportunities to get into the industry in terms of that background there, but I think the first thing any young person needs is that passion for whatever field it is they're looking at. I guess the idea would be to talk to people who are involved in the industry in some fashion. A video series like what you're hosting here, I think, is a great idea, just to browse and see what's available to them. People probably don't have an appreciation for just how involving agriculture is. It's not just the fields, and it's not just the livestock, and it's just not the greenhouses. There's the supply side of things. Farmers need good expertise advising them on new products and new processes, and I think that's a big part of our industry too that sometimes may get overlooked. That would probably be to talk, I guess, to growers themselves, producers. I'm sure they're very eager to talk to young people. Yeah, those would be the two chief areas I would have to say, is just look on the websites of some of the organizations such as yourselves. Talk to the school guidance counselors too about what is the latest information, the trends that they can see too in career opportunities. There's a couple of movements that have really taken hold in agriculture that, in my opinion, the one is the buy local. Years ago was the 100-mile diet or whatever, but the buy local, almost every province in Canada now has a buy local movement, trying to encourage people to look on the shelves and see if that product was grown locally, or what can we grow more locally. It even extends to the flower sector too, where we have Pick Ontario in Ontario promoting Ontario-grown flowers, which is sometimes people just assume that every flower they see on the shelf is locally grown, but in many cases we have to import flowers, carnations being an example, cut flowers. But there's a lot of good opportunities to promote locally grown. And I think consumers now are kind of looking for that label, maybe saying, well, this is grown within a short driving distance of where I'm buying it, or the farmer's market. Another trend then too would be the growth of farmers markets, and more of them springing up and expanding and very successful and very busy if you've ever attended them. So that'd be another trend that we're watching, that we've observed. The industry too, I guess, the internet, I guess, we've talked about it briefly before, but there's just so much more opportunities on the internet, I guess, for sharing information and getting in touch with our readership.